Oh, this block of wool looks very smooth, huh? Now this is no ordinary block of wool. This is placed on the world spawn of my amazing, wonderful world. Welcome everyone to the Bannerverse on the ZHulk GR25 YouTube channel. I'm your host G, and today we're playing Minecraft. Today's plan is to tour the world. I have had this world for almost 2 years, I would say, and I've been playing it on and off. And ooh, this is another Enderman incident. These are all over the place. Right now we are on peaceful mode for the sake of the tour. As you can see, it's nighttime. There are 0 monsters around. I usually play this on hard difficulty, but at some point I just got annoyed from sleeping every night. Now let's start with this area of the map. This is supposed to be my industrial area where I build all my farms. This is this is my moss farm. It is unfinished. I built it completely on a creative test world and am in the process of rebuilding it. Obviously, it's not going to remain ugly like this. There's going to be a cool build around it, and I cannot wait to do that. We need to do some terraforming in this area. Obviously, I just cleared it out temporarily so that the farm could take its own space. Over here is where I have most of the other farms. This is the farm that I'm currently working on. This is my dripstone farm. Even though, ironically, I no longer need dripstone. Not at the moment, at least. But it's good to have for later on. I'm just trying to design something that's like temporary, not like a full farm. I've seen the farms on Silent Whisper's channel, but I'd have to understand the farm to build it. I'm just like that. And over here is my sugarcane farms, not one. These are the mangrove trees. I've grown a lot of them. I'm in the process of getting rid of them. I feel like they might be a source of lag in my world. This is on mobile, obviously, and as you can see, there is a lot of lag in this game. I believe the vines do cause a lot of lag every time they update. So yeah, and these are just random planting stuff. This is where I plant the crimson trees and the warp trees. This is where I plant my spruce trees and my oak trees. And over here, as you saw earlier, this is where I plant my wheat. I've got a couple of composters in there. And yeah, I am obviously using Bedrock Tweaks. I'll leave a link in the description. And yeah, this is Technoblade Pigs, RIP Technoblade. And I have a lot of plans for this world. There's not much built in it. This rail track goes to a village over there in the distance, and it ends up over there. You may have noticed this build earlier when I was talking about my moss farm. That is my work in progress iron farm. Now, this cross is one of the plans that I have for this world. I plan on making some kind of town, and I just saw this part of the mountain and I thought to myself, this feels like a good place for a intersection. Just random thoughts that I have, and I just like lay down temporary blocks, and I just passed the puppy. This is my horse. His name is Usain, because this is my fast horse. The reason why he's here is because I use him to jump into the farm. The farm is, by the way, designed by another YouTuber named Prowl. You may have heard of him. Let's just get into the farm if we can. Okay, good. As you can see, there's a lot of beds in the middle and a lot of workstations. Really, the farm is fully built. I'm just having to wait on the villagers to breed. But I made the mistake of thinking that Minecraft Bedrock has spawn chunks when it doesn't. I cannot seem to get out. Okay, good. And let's just place you back here. And yeah, there's obviously water on top, and let me show you. Okay. I'm probably gonna leave a link in the description if I can find the video of Prowl making this farm. He's obviously made a lot of more updated versions of it. There's just some lava in the middle, and this farm does kill a lot of cats if you can get it working. That is a drawback, but yeah. So my house, you've already seen the back of it. It's up on that hill. It is unfinished. All it's missing is a roof and an interior. So yeah, this is where I hang out mostly, and that's the reason why this farm isn't really working, because it's too far. And I do have quite a pretty low render distance. So yeah. Let's head up here to my base of operations. Here is my work in progress backyard, but we'll get to this in a second. This area, I plan on building a watchtower in this area. I guess over here, marked by these torches, and I don't remember what this is from. This is probably another marking for the watchtower. Over here is a creeper explosion, which I patched up the Dallas way. If you don't know, Dallas is another YouTuber, a really big inspiration of mine, and he says that don't patch up creeper explosions like as if they never happened. So this is just that. And down here is my mine. It is a pretty big mine. There are a couple of interesting spots down there, which I'm going to show you in a sec. But this is my piston door, which, yeah, glitched out textures. So, over here, we've got our dog named Bolt, obviously, with the orange collar. I have a few parrots in here. I don't really think I've given them a name. But if you have any names suggested, suggest them down below in the comments. I used to have 3 bees in here. They disappeared after an update. I really don't know what happened to them. They probably just despawned because the game is buggy. This is my berry farm. As you can see, I plant sweet berries and glowberries. And sweet berries were a really good source of food early in the game. They don't give a lot of saturation, but they can get you by. And this is our observatory. Well, it's a storage room, but I am in the slow process of moving everything out and turning it into an observatory. I plan on moving my storage into my mineshaft. You'll see it in a sec. It's quite interesting, and I guess it's time to tour the house. It needs a roof, definitely. This part is supposed to be a tower, and there's another tower on the back of the house, and this side is kind of like the mansion side of it. So yeah, if I go up, we've got this side of the house, which I plan on making some kind of pool house. I'm gonna build a dome here, and yeah. And if I go through here, this is a bit of a spiral staircase. Not the most proud of it, but it's cool. Alright, so this here is the main floor. We've got an array of furnaces. I do a lot of smelting. This is my temporary, well, I don't know what you'd call it, my stuff. This is the stuff that I like use the most. I know I said I had a storage area, but this is the stuff that I was like getting from the mines. And yeah, I don't know. This is like the setup of like the crafting tables and stone cutter and all the different stuff, and generally my tools and weapons and food. Now, there used to be storage in my house that I didn't move to the observatory. I guess this is the remnants of it. And I used to put signs on all of my storage compartments, and I used to make puns with them. So let's, not all of them, but most of them. For example, over here is where I keep my glass. Do you understand the joke? I'm transparent. Anyways, this one, hold your horses, means to be stable. And over here is where I store my coal, or, well, fuel. I am a fan of Metallica, by the way. This one is a reference to a Marvel meme. I'm gonna post it on your screen right now. The TT is supposed to be a crying emoji. And then this one is more on the lame side, I guess, but Hawkeye for the bows and arrows, and then farming stuff because Hawkeye lives on a farmhouse. Get it? So yeah, not the funniest puns, I know. We've got our dragon head from when I defeated the Ender Dragon. There's no royalties on this channel, hopefully. If I ever say we, I mean me and you guys. But I defeated this by myself. Hopefully we might defeat another one, who knows. One day I might decide to respawn the dragon. These are my horses. This is Penny. This is a nameless horse. And this is Stanley. Stanley here is named after Stanley Hudson from The Office, because it's a black horse and he's my slowest horse. Is that kind of racist? I'll leave you to decide. Dark jokes are very much welcome on this channel, by the way. And this is the mansion thing. I'm gonna redesign this staircase. I'm gonna make it like in the middle, and then like it'll like split at the top. That will give me more room to build rooms upstairs. And down here is another entrance to my mineshaft from my house. Down here, there's absolutely nothing, because there's supposed to be an expansion to the basement, which I haven't done yet. So if I go down here, this is my basement, and I really like how cozy this feels. Here's my enchantment table. This is supposed to be my library, so over here is where I'm going to have all of my maps. I have a lodestone here. I plan on having multiple lodestones around this world with like compasses linked to them. It's going to be a very cool idea, like multiple compasses that lead you to the different spots in the house. This is the mansion side that I was talking about. I still have to dig all of this. Hopefully not run too much into my mine shaft. Yeah. And this is the poolside house, and I have started on bookshelves, chiseled bookshelves. And let's just say they are really expensive. They're like more expensive than regular bookshelves, so yeah. And in here is my cozy living room, my Palestinian flag. I am Palestinian myself. So yeah, debates or not, welcome in my comment section if you're an Israeli. So yeah, this is my chimney, this is my jukebox, and here's where I keep all my CDs. I have other side, 2 of them, Cat and 13. Hopefully I'll one day find Pickstep, and Pickstep is my favorite, and also Stal. Stal is a really cool one. So if I go upstairs here, I didn't really go upstairs in the mansion side, because there's really nothing up there. This is where I plan to have my bedroom. These are all my cats. None of them have any names. And this is just my bed. I said the house has another tower on the backside. This is it. I'm planning on making the bathrooms back here. So this will be interesting. And I think I want to call this cat Stella. So meet Stella, everyone. So let's head on to, oh, by the way, this entire area that has the observatory, my berry farm, and my house, and hopefully soon a fountain here in the middle. I call this place the gray area because all of the buildings have a gradient using gray blocks, or you could call it the gradient. Anyways, I've built a lot of bridges like this, unfinished, but like planned areas for bridges. Yeah, this area is supposed to be my spooky town. I plan on building a Halloween style town over here, and back here you can see my nether portal. Now over here, this is a build that I'm basically copying from a photo of an abandoned church in France. I'll put up the photo right here. I obviously changed the block palette to match a more spooky theme. And there's a graveyard out here. I think I've buried, like, quote unquote buried, a couple of snow golems and a parrot. Let's see, we've got, I called him Mike, and then cause of death, oh, he was fighting a spider. Yes, my other snow golem also died. I named that golem Olaf. We need to place down a sign for him. Usually I put the date down. I did not do that for Olaf. That sucks. So, yes, the parrot I had was in the colors of IKEA, and his name was Jerry. So, he died in 2022. Yeah, you can kind of tell how old this world is through these dates. Cause of death, lag. Yeah, this was before they updated the controls, and I just tapped on the screen. He teleported to me, and he died. And yes, this is a pun on the band. Yep, there's only 2 feathers left of that guy. There's nothing really interesting in my nether, so I'm not really gonna go there. We've got like a couple more areas to show you. Up here where the giant tree is, there's a big area, and I plan on building a park. So as you can see, I left a B right here for park, not for anything else. Keep your mind out of the gutter. So yeah, this is a giant empty area, and at the end of it, there's just ocean. So yeah, where you see that line is just, yeah, I haven't really explained that. There's a kind of outline of what would be spawn chunks if this wasn't Bedrock Edition. I learned the hard way that Bedrock does not have spawn chunks. So yeah, that was very disappointing. Although it performs pretty poorly with what we have right now, so I can't exactly expect Mojang to add any spawn chunks to the game anytime soon, even if it is probably more capable on flagships. So yeah. Now over here, this area is a bit interesting. There is a kind of a split down, let's say here, because over here is my animal farms, down here is my chicken farm, and this has been my source of food, well, up until the point where I decided to change to peaceful mode, and I've got a ladder in case I fall. And here is my llama, which I have named Patience, but there is no name tag on her, so we have to do that at some point. There are my cows, there are my sheep. Nothing much to see here. And over here is my village. This all started with 1 zombie villager, and the other one, I guess, also was another zombie villager, but it started with this guy. And why is there a Jamaican flag over here? Because I plan on making a Jamaican themed town over here, and I call this Little Jamaica. And because when I captured this guy as a zombie villager, it took me way too long before I was able to finally get a splash potion of weakness and cure him, so he was quite patient. So I named him Joss Merlin, after the story called Jamaica Inn. Yeah, this was a book that my school made me read when I was in grade 7 over Christmas vacation, and I loved the story, and there is a movie for the book if you want to check it out. It's an interesting story, not like the best thing in the world, but yeah, I do plan on recreating the IRL Jamaica Inn and kind of changing the design a bit based on what it looked like in the movie. So I have a bunch of screenshots which I'm gonna go off of. So yeah, and over here is my Fletcher. And I'm trying to get a trade, which is like a few sticks for an emerald. Not the best luck in the world, to be honest. I haven't really locked any trades with this guy just yet. But, yeah, there is an upcoming villager rebalance. And so I don't think that'll ever happen. We'll see how we're gonna go from after the villager rebalance. I'm probably gonna save building this village. I need to first finish the roof on my house, and it's gonna be using quartz, so we're gonna be visiting the Nether a lot. So yeah, did I miss anything? That's about my world. I have gone to the end before. I do have my own netherite mine in the Nether, and yeah, but you're definitely gonna see that throughout the episodes. And oh, the mine. So this is quite a long episode, I know, and there's not much built, but here down in the mine, mining is my most favorite thing to do in this game because it's effortless. You don't really gotta think a lot. So this was not a cave. What you're looking at right here used to just be granite, andesite, and diorite, and I just went ham. And there's a lot of like tunnels and intricate parts to this cave, which is why I decided to make it a my storage area. And this mangrove wood right here is actually where I store my mangrove wood. And I decided to like make it so that each room was built out of the blocks it was storing, which is a pretty cool idea, I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, and here is a waterfall which you can see from the outside. You may have spotted it beginning of the episode. I don't know if I looked in this direction, but yeah, these are supposed to be like stacked on top of each other. So yeah, let me go. There is a couple of important areas that I want to show down in my mine. And so well, for starters, this is the way into my house. This is the way into the mansion. So if I go down here, I am gonna tell you something about myself. I am a huge fan of Hermitcraft. It is one of my most favorite Minecraft series on YouTube. This is just a temporary area, a stop in the middle, you could say. And there is a huge cave that I have explored but not gathered the resources from, somewhere down there. Yeah. So why do I mention Hermitcraft? Let's go down here and you'll see. Now, if you've heard, and if you are a fan of Hermitcraft, about, let's say, half a year ago maybe, a member of Hermitcraft died, and his name was Tinfoil Chef, and he was one of my most favorite people to watch. And while his episodes weren't the best episodes, yeah, I built this mineshaft dedicated to him. I believe this one might be 500 blocks long. He did mention in season 8 they had one after XB's world tour. He said back in season 6 he had one that was like 1,000 blocks, and that's really kind of the reason why I built this. It's special to me, so yeah. And I know my way around my mine, so if you're lost, it's okay. You'll get used to it. This is my amethyst geode, and down here, so I dug down here because this amethyst geode, when I got rid of all of the calcite and smooth basalt, there was bedrock, and I made this world in 1.17, and when the 1.18 update came out, this was the only spot in my world where I knew I had access to bedrock, so I just knew that it turned into deep slate, and I just dug down. So I'm not gonna make you dizzy, I'm just gonna look down. I made a quite dizzying staircase And why am I bringing you here? Now, when I came down here, I made another mineshaft. So the one at the top is over, because I will not have a lot of luck finding diamonds up there. I will have much higher luck down here. This is Bedrock. This is one of the features of Bedrock tweaks. So yeah, I mean, we actually did tweak Bedrock. So yeah, this is another one of those signs, and this one currently I believe is 200 blocks long, and each one of these tunnels is 100 blocks long. So yeah, it's quite the mine shaft. I believe this is an area where I found diamonds. So yeah, that explains the gap. So yeah, that's about the world. I have a zombie spawner up here. So I guess I'll make that a spawner farm in the future. We have quite a few iron veins, so I'm gonna have to mine those at some point. And if I just make my way up without making you guys dizzy, I should probably... I guess you're still gonna get dizzy, but doing it this way is a lot less, let's say, vomitifying, if that's a word. So yeah, one last area in this world. I have a spider spawner that I was working on to try and make it a proper spawner. I do kind of lose my way getting to it. So here goes nothing. It's through here. And let's hope that I remember the way. I think it's through here and through here. Yep, this is it. So this is the spawner that I'm trying to make into an XP farm. I really do desperately need a XP farm. And one last thing to note, I used to have a mob spawner up on the surface, but I took it down because it wasn't very efficient. I do plan on rebuilding one, hopefully soon. But that's about it for the episode. I hope you enjoyed this tour, and I can't wait to see you in the next episode. If you want to see more, hit the subscribe button, hit like, leave a comment, and turn on the notification bell. And this has been G signing out. Peace.